Tampa is preparing for invasion, so it's time to call in some protection as we get ready for MetroCon 2018, Guardians vs. Invaders. Prepare for 4 days of anime, cosplay, stage shows, and more. Join the journey of the unkindled at the Metro Fire Show. Tune in for a laugh at tonight's star, party that is. Join Chip Skylark in the Rhythm City Chronicles. Keep the chuckles coming at Metro Night Live. See your favorite superheroes team up to save the day at the Superhero Comedy and Stunt Show. Dance with the Kingdom at the Masquerade. And of course, it's time for Endgame at the Anime Human Combat Chess Match. And there's more. Dance the night away at Metro Massive, MetroCon's weekend rave party featuring DJs from all over the country and even beyond. Purchase plenty of swag from the humongous dealer's room. Check out all the amazing panels from fans of all different varieties. And of course, meet some amazing special guests. Speaking of, here's this year's guest lineup. Cosplay guest, Noise Complaint, Tepi Baka, D. Kossar, YouTube musicians Caleb Hiles, Rashad EP, and Jonathan Young. Ben Singer, Chad James, and Torian Crawford from Screw Attack's Deck Battle. Guest artist No Flutter, fight choreographer Kyle Rowling, and our voice actor guests Jenny Tirado, Afia Yu, Micah Solsad, J. Michael Tatum, Jamie Marchi, MetroCon favorite Scott McNeil, and Jason Marsden. So head to metroconventions.com for more information and to get your tickets. And we'll see you at MetroCon 2018, taking place at the Tampa Convention Center, July 19th to the 22nd. It's MetroCon. Keep the gear turning on.
Hey everybody, it's Karen Ashley. I played Aisha the Yellow Ranger, and you're listening to Ranger Recap.
Okay, so everyone else recovered from 4th of July?
4th of July? Anyone recovered from July 1st? Hey, John, did I accidentally take your Florida sun by accident for that weekend? Because you can have it back.
No thanks. I'm already dealing with enough down here. Thank you very much.
Dang it.
All right, well, let's see if the randomizer gives us something fun to work with here. Randomizer, away! Well, seems tonight's gonna get a little magical, shall we say.
You're not Sans. Also, we can work with that.
Let's have some fun. Cue the intro.
Cause I am the one you should fear the most. Cause I am the one who will take you down. And as long as I exist, there's hope for the world. Hope for the world. Hope for the world. Hope for the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ranger Recap, the only Power Rangers podcast to ask the question: does that throne that Lord Drekon gets, does that come with a dream house and a car too? Seriously, Morvacon, how many peripherals are you going to give that exclusive figure?
That thing's got more peripherals than the NES Classic.
Seriously, I'm amazed it doesn't come with a. Well, actually, it does come with a Saba, but I'm surprised it doesn't come with a Saba with the head torn off.
Right?
Read the comics.
I know, right?
Amen.
Yeah. Lord Drakon now with Saba head ripping action. Oh, please don't. Oh, please don't. Ah!
Ooh, nasty.
Nasty.
Yep.
What botch, by the way? There's people in there going.
The
botches?
the intro took a minute to load. Not even a real botch.
Oh, that's not a botch. That's lag. That's input lag.
Occupational hazard. Anyway, I'm Easy Rider. That's the Shades. That's Matty Jay, and we have a plethora of news to talk about.
Oh yes,
That's a good word. That's a good word.
Yeah, we certainly do. So I haven't got an image for this one, but we'll go ahead and get this one real quick out of the way. We are aware of the issue with Austin St. John apparently getting a phony acting on his social media, which quite frankly, that faker can go fuck right off.
Considering how many fakers are on Facebook on a almost weekly basis, I'm surprised it took so long to get to the Power Ranger community myself.
Yeah.
But you know what this guy is? He's a big fat phony.
Haven't we had enough Austin St. John turmoil in this fandom? Jeez.
No kidding. So we'll figure we'll bring it up. We'll mention it. It's been dealt with. You know, knowing Austin's fan base, they are probably rallying around to fuck over this faker. So I think it's dealt with. However, there is one other bit of controversy we have to deal with, and it's something we brought up last Thursday on RV Talks, but there have been some updates to it, so we kind of have to talk about it again. And that is, of course,
this is an update to a story, and for those who were not there, which is like minus one of you, I think, at this point.
pretty much.
Basically, a member of the Tokusatsu cosplay community was
and a worker for Power Morphicon, which we'll get to in a minute.
Oh yeah.
We should point that out. He does work with very close. He's very close friends with Scott, who runs Morphicon.
Well, I think the correct adjective was working.
Was,
with
yeah,
Power. That
and
should be the
former close worker to Power Morphicon. Well, you could talk. I mean, I don't know.
This person, for those who don't know, obviously, I'm like most of you do, but most of you guys know him. His real name is Daryl Williams, but most of you know him as the Grandmaster Ranger. Yeah, for those who don't know the story, and I'm sure that's very few of you, he was recently outed as quite the abusive son of a bitch. An image was posted of a text message he sent to a girl where she basically called him out for choking her. If you were here last Thursday for RV Talks, you saw the image itself. I am not going to post it here. I am not going to name the woman in question since she does not wish to be named, though I am aware of who it is. I have been sworn to secrecy, and I intend to uphold that out of respect. But that is not what we're here to talk about here today. We're here to talk about the current update around Daryl himself. Just earlier today, on the Grandmaster Ranger Facebook page, Daryl has confirmed that he is done with the cosplay community. He is ending the Grandmaster Ranger personality, if you will, and he is deleting his Facebook page by the end of this year. He is done.
He was in his post. He was considering and just taking a long break after Morphicon, but yeah, after this one, he decided to accelerate that particular timetable.
Yeah.
I still don't feel comfortable talking about this.
Let's not play judge and jury here, because a lot of fandoms, a lot of people in the fandom love to be another man's judge and jury. I think the best thing we can do is just say we wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. WWE, ha ha ha, yeah, joke. But the thing is, this is the best thing he could have done at the moment. You play the hand you're dealt.
Exactly.
And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I only talked to the man once or twice. I don't know him in real life. I mean, not for lack of trying. I tried to be his friend. Not saying he's a jerk. But I'm just saying, I can't speak on his behalf because I barely knew the man. I think Matty talked to him more than I did. But again, we're not here to play judge and jury.
And even then, it was very, very, very limited. It was friendly. He gave great cosplay advice. But then again, name and noun gave me good cosplay advice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So do I feel, I mean, this is where I'm like, I would have felt bad for him if he wasn't so open about the fact that he admitted it in that particular thing, in that particular image.
Yeah, that was the death knell for him. Was that in the text? It was
for what it's worth, I give him credit for bowing out gently instead of trying to fight this.
Yeah.
Again, you play the hand you're dealt.
Yeah.
He
If
knew
there's
he was
any
not-
gentle way to just step out of the limelight, this is the. Yeah.
Yeah, this was a situation where he knew he was pretty much up against a corner. He was not winning this fight. This was probably the best thing he could do. He did not deny anything. He did not fight anything. He's just saying, it's clear where this is going. I know a losing battle when I see one. I was already planning on stepping out anyway, so fuck it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So, and especially after he got removed as a staffer at Power Morphicon, at that point, there was just no getting out of this.
Yeah. So, Daryl, best of luck in your future endeavors. Let's move on.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, the news, while I wouldn't say the next story is super uplifting, is certainly a lot better than this, but this is at least something worth discussion. We have some new news in the world of Hasbro. With the transition, with Saban brands going away, and Hasbro taking over the Power Rangers brand, obviously there was a question of who's going to run the show. Well, we've gotten some confirmation that many of the former Power Rangers staffers that worked at Saban are coming along for the ride and will be joining Hasbro as part of the team. Now, whether or not that's a good thing or not, we'll have to discuss. But here's what we have. The director and global franchise creative for Power Rangers will be Jason Bischoff, not related to Eric Bischoff, as far as I know. Get that joke out of the way.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up, but you
were thinking it.
You know what? I thought of it years ago, and now I'm like, okay, that's Jason Bischoff. Cool.
Moving on. We also have the director of Power Rangers development and production for Allspark Pictures, Melissa Flores. Senior vice president of Power Rangers franchise development and production for Allspark Pictures, Brian Casanetti. We've got senior graphics designer at Hasbro, Laura So. And production and development of Power Rangers for Allspark Pictures, Paul Strickland. Now, the big $1 million question is, if all of these guys are former Saban people, how much is that going to change things for Hasbro when they start running Power Rangers? Because, as Chad is already pointing out, there might be some names in there that we have issues with. We just don't realize it, and that might be a problem when they get moved over to Hasbro.
Well, I think it's safe to say that once they do go to Hasbro, they're not going to be able to run rampant. I don't think they're going to have total control. I think these are more, I'm trying to think of the word here, more of a advisory, maybe. I don't know if that's the proper word or not, but maybe they're just maybe it's just a safe bet. And let's just say, let's see if these guys can keep it going or not, and if not, we'll bring in our own people.
Yeah, because the roles that I mentioned are the roles they are going to be having in Hasbro. These are not their original roles per se. As it says here, superfans will know the variants very well. This is courtesy of Toku Nation, by the way. Jason Bischoff has been a social media voice for Power Rangers brand for Saban.
Oh, he's nice. He's very nice.
Melissa Flores has been part of the creative team behind the everything for Power Rangers, including both the television show and the comic, as has Brian Casanetti, who's also has the title of executive producer for Ninja Steel.
So basically, they're keeping the executive pieces of the Power Rangers franchise intact.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Which could be a good or bad thing depending on your opinions of these people. If you know their history, if you know the quality of their work, that could give you an idea of what to expect under Hasbro. Now, considering that it looks like Melissa Flores may be moved down, but then again, she's director of Power Rangers development and production. That means she probably does actually have a promotion out of this, which, again, considering I see Guts' comments there in the chat, that could be a bad thing.
It's one of those things where they see what they, in their minds, they see what was working with Saban brands and said, why mix things up? Let's see how they do under our umbrella. Which, it's short term, this is not a bad thing. Because no one wants to see people out on their asses without a job.
I think some people are just panicking, like, oh no, they're going to bring all the people who screwed up the Neo Saban era. No. These are people behind the scene. Technically, these people who had not as much involvement with the show as you'd think. Again, it's social media people, it's talent people, it's it's not
It's
stuff
the
like
toy
that.
people. Some of them are
stuff
toy
like
people.
That. It's marketing. People are overreacting, or some are overreacting. I'm not pointing fingers.
It's and yeah, they're bringing in Chip Lynn from what obviously, which again, I don't see it as a good or bad. I see it as consistency. It's Hasbro going, we bought this thing. Let's see how this original crew does before we decide to mix things up.
It could also be a contract thing. They could have had contracts with Saban that were bought up as part of the deal with Hasbro, so they have to fill these contracts out. So it may be beyond their control to change them out so quickly. However, that doesn't mean things won't change down the road. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
This is just what's happening right now.
Yeah, things aren't going to change right away, folks. I mean, things are still going to be the way they are for a while. Like, I remember when I won't name names, a few fans were so excited when Hasbro took over the license. Like, it's like, finally, we're going to be free of Nickelodeon. Well, you say that, but the contract is already signed for a few more years. So, yeah, the great changes, the great cleansing of the show, not my words.
Yeah.
They're not going to come as rapid as you think.
We've been saying this. We've been saying this for weeks now. Do not expect things to suddenly overnight become super different and changed and better or worse, depending on how you look at it. We just know.
For all we know, all of those are changes that could not be done because pre-production stuff. They want to make sure that Beast Morphers actually makes it to air first.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is, again, I think I'm sorry I broke up the conversation there, but again, you're right. This is going to be one of those down the line situations. Yeah. This is just another development of the bigger story of Hasbro taking over Power Rangers.
Yeah, this is why we don't jump to conclusions when we make these stories. It's like, yes, we are interested to see how this is going to play out, but we're not sitting here expecting. This is one thing I've always had an issue with when it comes to fandoms. Every fandom does this, and every time it happens, I have to shake my head. You set your expectations higher than they should be. Every time. You expect this when you really should be expecting something less, because you don't know all the details. It's like when it's like in the Marvel movies, everyone expects certain characters to show up or certain storylines to play out. And then you get upset when those don't happen. It's like, no, they never told you they were doing that. You just expected it because you thought you knew the franchise better than they do. And that happens all the damn time. And Power Rangers is the same way. Everyone expected Ninja Steel to have all of these different things to make it better than Ninja. But it never was told that was going to happen. You just expected it. And when you didn't get it, you got pissed.
Hell, I'll do you one better. Everyone thought that Megaforce was going to be Gokaiger on steroids.
We should have known, based on Samurai, how the series was going to turn out. We all felt.
Especially when they showed that trailer at Morphicon.
Oh my God, the hype for that trailer when it happened.
You know what should have been the key point when we realized things weren't going to turn out as well as they saw? And because we called this out, when they showed Gokaiger footage, fan-subbed Gokaiger footage during the trailer for the toy line. That should have been our key point to go, oh, these guys aren't doing their job all the way. We should not be expecting greatness here.
Yeah, bottom line, I think we'll find out more from Hasbro, ironically, at Power Morphicon, because, again, they're footing the bill.
This is, and for those wondering if they're footing, new imagery. We'll talk about Power Morphicon. Well, obviously, that's the transition.
Well, this is a good way to segue into that, actually.
Yeah. this is where Hasbro is footing the bill now. They changed the imagery. The advertising is not saying Saban Brands anymore. It is saying Hasbro
Or Bandai.
Or Bandai, and Bandai is still in there for now because they are.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? For people, what do I expect? For the minus one of you are asking, but Matty, what do you expect of Beast Morphers? I'll tell you what I expect, and I think this is the same thing that Easy and John, you two and I will agree on this. I am expecting a television program.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Pure and simple.
I am not expecting God's greatest gift to Power Rangers. I am not expecting the biggest lump of crap. I am expecting a television show to entertain me for 20 to 22 minutes.
If you set your
That's it.
expectations accordingly, you will be met with those expectations accordingly. If you set them too high, you are guaranteed to be disappointed. If you set them too low, you could accidentally bum yourself out and not be happy with anything you get. But if you set them just neutral, you usually come out good, or if it is that bad, at least you know it's not your fault.
That's it. And that's what I'm still shocked that the hype is still there. People are getting overhyped or underhyped, or they're getting pissed off. I'm like, guys, haven't even gotten their feet wet. Give them a minute.
We haven't even met the fucking cast yet. We don't know what they've got planned.
Oh, that's every fandom in a nutshell. Losing their shit before day one of shooting.
It is.
But let's not dwell on that.
No, let's move on. We do have, we've been talking about Morphicon. Well, we still have one other big thing to talk about, and this is the one good story. I saved the best for last here, and it is the Morphicon update. And oh boy, we got some big ones here today. So let's get things started off at the bottom here. I'm taking some of this from the Tokusatsu Network because they actually describe who some of these people are, in case you don't know. So starting things off the bat, we're actually
and considering the last show we did, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Anyway, so starting things off the bat, we're actually going outside of your standard Tokusatsu. We're going kaiju up in this bitch. Because we have character designer for Godzilla and Ultraman monsters, Shinji Nishikawa. That ought to be interesting to see that.
Yeah.
Next up, we have casting director for Power Rangers, who's done stuff from In Space through Wild Force, and has done and can come back to do stuff from Samurai all the way through the current season Beast Morphers, Mr. Iris Hampton. Actually, Miss Iris Hampton. I need to slap myself.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Where is it? I need to rectify it. There it is. Yeah, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Dave! There. I've been thoroughly.
Okay,
I dig
we're
myself.
none of us perfect.
None of us perfect. Yeah, Miss Iris Hampton. She just from the image alone, she looks like a sweetheart. So oh crap! I have the lady behind me.
If we have time and we're not too busy doing,
Sorry.
Matty, if we're not too busy doing press work at Morphicon, some of those panels they're going to be attending to talk about behind the scenes stuff on the show could be very interesting.
To be honest with you, man, I'm looking forward to some of those panels. I'm honestly just that would be my press work right there, just the behind the scenes stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
we got to cover the big ones like the Hasbro panel and the toy panel.
I think that's going to be most of our press work is just going to those panels and just redoing recaps. And for those wondering, yes, we will be doing a live updates from Power Morphicon.
We'll be recording the big ones too, just like I did last time with the Saban panel and the Bandai panel. I'll be recording those, and Matty, you'll be there to help me.
Oh yeah, we'll be doing live stuff. We'll be talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah.
If nothing else, we'll talk to our boys at Broken Infinite or Hero Club, whichever happen to be present. I know Hero Club will be there as well. So
Bottom line, point is, we're excited to meet these people next.
Next
We're excited. We're excited for August. Let's
I know.
be honest.
keep making me jealous. Thanks. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we got one of the main writers for the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Ronnie Sperling. Again, more behind the scenes info from them there. But that's all the production people. That's all behind the scenes stuff. Let's get to what you really want to hear. Let's get to some actor announcements, shall we? First up, everyone's favorite lady in violet, Miss Claire Blackwelder. Oh, no, nothing?
No, we're waiting for the pop from the chat. Come on.
Good old Kendall Morgan.
Yeah. Dr. Morgan, everybody.
Yeah. Should be exciting.
I've met her. She's nice.
Looking forward to meeting her.
And then from there, we've, recently we've had we've had at least one of the Megaforce cast announced. Azim Risk was announced last time when you did this. Well, we're calling in the rest of the game because we literally have all of the other Megaforce cast members announced all at once in one big sloop, one big group. Cameron Jebbo, Sierra Hanna, Christina Masterson, John Mark Loudermilk, and Andrew Gray all announced at the same time.
I mean, why not?
Right?
Why not?
Let's just get the whole gang together. Then again, Ranger Stop kind of already did that, so that's kind of actually that's gonna hurt Ranger Stop a little bit.
A little bit. Not too much.
Nah.
By the way, easy. Fake Robo Knight will any sign of the Robo Knight yet?
Ha.
No?
Sorry,
You're
I'm
not
just
gonna-
distracted.
Ah.
No, just something. Schedule change pissed me off. I found out. Yeah, I found out Castlevania Season 2 is not coming out next month. They moved it to October. So I'm a little pissed off at that.
Ooh. Anyway, back on track.
Yeah.
Next up, we're gonna kick it into overdrive because we got the Mercury Ranger himself, Dwayne Cameron.
Not looking forward to meeting him. I'm not gonna lie.
I've talked to him. Nice guy. He was nice enough to do a plug for us.
Yep.
That's very true.
He's on my list. Next up, and I think this is one Easy's going to be especially happy for, the voice of everyone's favorite time-traveling psycho robot, Eddie Frierson, a.k.a. Frax.
Met him too. Very nice guy. And again, also did a plug for us as Frax.
Yes, he did.
I don't have that one.
I thought I gave you that one.
No, I don't think I have that one.
You know what? Hold
Maddie's
on.
got it. Maddie's got it.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one. I need to get that one. Send it to me after the show. I can't believe I don't have that one. That's weird.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, I'll send it to me after the show.
All right.
Make sure to add that to the
I will
lineup.
say I definitely will. I definitely will.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't have that one. But let's go from let's move on from there. We're gonna kick it into light speed with our next guest here, the good old captain himself, Ron Rogue. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Good old Captain Mitchell.
I am looking forward to meeting the man. Not gonna lie. That's one name I'm like, oh yeah, baby, I need to meet that guy.
I think a good chunk of this convention is going to be Maddie standing in line to meet people.
Pretty much.
He's going to meet everyone I've already met at past Morphicons.
There you go.
This is gonna be a very interesting experience for you. Like, you're gonna be like you're a grizzled young vet when it comes to these. I'll be like marking out the name of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's not the only Light Force cast we've got involved here. Let's we got 3 Rangers from Lightspeed in here. First up, good old yellow Sasha Craig.
Got a selfie with her. She's cool.
Second up from there is everyone's favorite stunt pilot, Keith Robinson. So we got Joel. Where's Miss Fairweather?
Over
Good
there.
question.
And of course, you can't have Lightspeed without everyone's favorite red badass, Mr. Sean C.W. Johnson.
Looking forward to meeting him again.
Yep.
You guys have met him. The one time he was supposed to come down for us, he had to back out.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I did not get to meet him again.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Forgot
say.
about that.
Now, our next guest is one that I mean, nice lady, but I don't think we're going to be too happy to meet her based on her character. The suit actor for Elgar, Denny Logan.
I'm pretty sure she is a sweetheart of a lady, and I'm looking forward to meeting her.
Yes.
Can we just say huzzah for female suit actors because they don't get enough love as their male counterparts and move on?
Agreed.
I will say huzzah and move on.
Though, if her line is not very active, I would not be surprised, and I will feel bad for her if that happens.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we'll let you know.
Well, yep. Keep us informed.
Either
on
or,
that.
we'll let you know.
Speaking of suit actors, we have a suit actor for the Mook, some of the Mooks in Mighty Morphin and Zeo, Neo Edmond. Kind of wonder if he's the one that does the putty sound.
Knowing how cheap the production may have been or has been in the past, I would not put it past it.
I don't know.
Oh, man. And we got a few more. Next up, I don't think his partner in crime has been announced yet. Actually, let me double check something here because I have to confirm this before I go any further. Because the next guest is usually part of a 2-pack. No, I don't think he's been announced. Well, son of a bitch. So, yeah, we've got one half of the dynamic duo, Mr. Jason Narvi.
Give it a month. We still got a month.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Yeah. And considering Power Rangers Hyperforce, I would not put it past them to invite the gang there. So
Oh
I am expecting a Paul Schreier.
I would not be surprised if the entire Hyperforce cast didn't show up. Because I know for a fact that the whole Ninja Steel crew will be there. So you got Peter Sudarso locked in.
Oh yeah.
Yoshi maybe well he's been signed up, I believe. I believe he's been announced.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
So you got the Sixth Ranger. Pretty sure Andre the Black Nerd always frequents.
He's gonna show up.
You know that.
He's bound to show up.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can get the rest too, so
Actually,
I
just checked. Yoshi's not announced.
I could have sworn he was
Really?
announced.
I'm looking
I
on
could've
the
sworn
guest
he was
list.
announced.
He's not on the
Maybe
list.
I'm thinking Ranger Stop.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
maybe.
those two brothers are inseparable, so you know.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if
all...
he. It wouldn't
Go
surprise.
ahead.
It wouldn't surprise me if he popped in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's all but a lock at this point, but we'll see.
Yeah.
The only X factor is honestly Christina V if she shows up.
That's a big if.
That is a big if.
That's a schedule situation, obviously.
Yep. Next up, incoming message from the big giant head, David Fielding.
I mean, why not?
Whom we've had on the recap before.
Oh yeah.
Fucking A. I mean, it was
distinct.
awesome.
Very distinct honor there. But that was the main announcements for like that next bulk of it. But there have been 2 solo announcements that we have to bring up. When was this posted? On the 26th, they was announced that everyone's favorite cyborg from RPM is coming to town, Adelaide Kane.
Tanaya 7. Sadly, it's a one-day only appearance, but I'm still going to try and meet her.
Yeah.
Even though that line's going to be hella long.
Oh, you better
Yep.
fucking believe it. Though.
I can't wait to meet her and tell her it's like I don't care what anyone says. I love you in the Purge. The
Ah.
very first Purge movie, she was in it, and she was wearing a Catholic schoolgirl outfit through most of it. 2 words. Yummy. You thought she looked good in RPM. She looks twice as good in The Purge.
Oh, y'all thought she looked good in Wonder Girl cosplay. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Adelie, bring the costume if you got it, or just the headgear.
There you go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think we just blew DL Bot's mind. He didn't know she was in the first Purge movie.
The more you know.
Exactly.
Yep.
Though, if you think the lines for Adelaide Kane is going to be long, that is probably going to be nothing compared to our final guest making a one-day appearance. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Austin St. John!
Will be appearing Thursday.
And Thursday only. So yeah, apparently Morphicon's going to be 4 days this time, not just 3.
Or that for me, it's like that's usually the setup day. I'm like, I was talking to Easy. I'm looking at the dates. It's still the 17th to the 19th. 17th's a Friday.
Maybe
So
maybe this is an early access thing. I'm not sure. But then again, we both have gold memberships, do we not?
we do.
So yeah, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we could get in.
We were good for the whole weekend, regardless. So to me, it just sounds like something like you get the if you want to go to your early pickup ticket. Oh look, there's a whole line for Austin St. John.
Yep.
And a lesser line for the badge pickup. Thank you for the sacrifice.
And normally Morphicon really doesn't open the doors for ticket buying or ticket pickup till like noonish or 11. I don't know. I usually fly in the day of Morphicon starts, Friday morning, get in my hotel room, change clothes, and then go pick up my badge and goodies. So I don't know how they're going to do that this time. Again, it's a new setting, new locale. So
New locale, new partner in crime.
yeah, we're just going to have to play this one by ear.
Yeah.
Which is best, and you know what? At the very least, we get to sleep in,
Hey, fine by me.
which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. Though,
Yep.
I'm sure some of you are already thinking it because you also know who else is going to be there. Thursday, we get Austin St. John. Saturday, we get Jason David Frank.
They're both appearing on different days and not at the same time. I never did like a coincidence.
All I'm going to say
Coincidences?
is,
I don't believe in them. I don't believe in them.
all I'm going to say is, one day it's going to happen where like they're both going to have to be in the same damn room. I don't know when, and it's obviously not going to be at this year's Paramorphicon, but eventually it's going to have to happen.
Yeah. Also, to answer a question in chat from Sayla, it's not a rumor, Sayla. She's already confirmed. What recently also got announced is that, backed by popular demand, Melody Perkins is going to don the Astronomer gear one last time for an exclusive photo shoot.
Oh, and I think my wallet just cried out in terror and was suddenly silenced.
Yeah, mine too. That is indeed the sound of my wallet going, damn it!
I think
Not again!
I think my evil counterpart is looking for a second chance to get it right. He's still a little upset. Granted, he did get a picture kneeling at Astronomer's throne with the beautiful Melody Perkins sitting there, but he was under the impression that she was going to be in costume. So this might be his redemption. We'll see.
We shall. We definitely shall.
Indeed. But that is all of the Morphicon news that we know of at this time. That's all the announcements that have been released. But holy crap. Again, Sayla, I saw what you said earlier about being broken unemployed. I know the feeling. God, do I know the feeling.
Hey, to be fair, this wasn't handed to us. Me and Matty had to bust our asses to make this money.
Yeah, hey, no shame on you guys. It's just like it's one of those things. It's like, I bust my ass too, and yet here I am sitting at home not being able to go. So it's like, and plus, even if we had the money, we don't have the time. You know, my wife's already had to take time off for 2 other conventions, or at least one, and all the other stuff she's taking time off for. It's just not in the cards.
I will say this though, you're going to enjoy the shit out of Ranger Stop this year.
Oh, absolutely. And we've got MetroCon coming up around the corner, which, oh, good God. If I wasn't hyped for it already, yesterday, a little behind-the-scenes info, yesterday I spent 4th of July with the con crew. We had one of our con buddies had a 4th of July party, and we all hung out and had a really fantastic time. So if I wasn't in con mode already, I am now. And no, Cure Crystal, no Ranger Sub update. We have not heard any new announcements from them yet. But, considering there's still 2 empty slots on their Facebook page, I think there's still more coming.
I get the feeling once Power Morphicon and the hype and the dust settles, we're about to be starting to get hype for that particular convention as well. That's my sneaking suspicion. They announce all the heavy hitters they want to announce, and they're just keeping a couple of them it's close to their chests.
Yep.
Also, John and Mikey, I can't remember. They might be at Morphicon. You know, selling their wares.
That's true.
Yep,
yeah,
they might
they usually
there.
bring their Ranger Stop booth. We're gonna say hi to them. Believe you me.
If they're there, we will definitely go by and say hi, and we'll talk to them, and we'll see what happens.
We'll butter them up. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I think it's time we get to our episode here today.
Great. Now I gotta switch formats here. Yep. Yeah, I didn't tell you this, Matty, but I've been binge watching old episodes of Nitro, mainly the NWO era. Good old. Those were the days.
Gotcha.
Those.
Yep. That is for sure.
Also, I think I might have found an idea for a new button, but I'll discuss that with you some other time.
There we go.
Say no more. We will discuss this at a better date.
Indeed. Let me load up my episode here, get it prepped. Okay, all set here. All right.
Also, I should take this time to brag. Yay, a Mystic Force episode!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mystic Force. Everyone hates you but me.
Hey, I don't hate it.
Oh, excuse me. Let me call this show what all the jerks in the fandom call it, the Nick Show.
Yeah.
Which, let's not even get into that.
That's a discussion for another day.
Not.
Anyway, you guys ready on your end?
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you have your episode loaded up from whatever legal resources available to you. Let's get this party started. Power Rangers Mystic Force, Episode 4, Rock Solid. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Still better than Rock Steady.
Oosh.
Although they need to hurry up with a new Batman game, or better yet, a Superman game.
Or, well, then again, if this were Rockstar, we'd already be at a 5-star wanted level with just the theme song. Though this was still better than Overdrive, obviously.
Oh,
I still wish they'd use the Wasserman version. I remember when I hated this theme, but it kind of grew on me.
It's catchy. I'll agree. I'll admit, even Wasserman admitted that his rap version was terrible. I think the rock version would have been just fine.
Yeah.
It's all because Disney wanted a rap theme or a hip-hop theme or whatever for their... Yeah, fuck Disney.
Hey, the original Fuck the Nick channel.
Yeah, right?
Fuck Disney. And yet, ironically, Easy and I are planning a day at Disney California Adventure. That's yeah.
Yes. Sad thing here is this was a decade before they hired James Gunn to pick music for Disney stuff, i.e. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my God.
Neil Patrick Harris, no!
Oh God! Not legendary.
Well, he just got stoned.
Oh.
freeze well. Hey, Maddie's filming a new Being the Elite, Maddie.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
I will admit, I
Look
was
at that.
never a big fan of her actress. I think I don't know if it was direction or what. She just seemed kind of stiff.
Yep. Ironic, since Maddie's actress is in a new movie. I forget what it's called, but it looks interesting.
Chip.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Chip.
Wow, the Rockporium bringing back vinyl before it was cool. Ow.
I'm telling you, this was ahead of its time.
Yep. Yeah, look at that, folks. The Rockporium was bringing back vinyl before everyone else was. They were ahead of the curve on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, fine. SPD sucked anyway, piggy. That's what the customer said. That's downright un-American. Oh, I'm sorry, New Zealandian. I keep forgetting. Torquemeister. What is this, the 90s? Can a guy make changes to his father's will in peace? Hey, to be fair, Nick, in 7 or 8 years later, every snot-nosed brat teenager is going to be filming shit on their phone. So Maddie's just ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Step ahead of the
and
game.
by the way, if you're not careful, you're going to turn yourself into Flip, if you know what I mean.
And I think
you do.
Power
Okay.
Rangers, known for its toothpaste discussions.
Wow. Admittedly, Nick's kind of being a dick here.
Yeah.
Wow. I never knew Nick was a dick in fake life.
Yep. Nick's being savage.
Yes, sir.
Don't you have a Jungle Fury audition to do?
For a second, I thought that was Sally from Ninja Storm.
Nope. It's not Melee from Jungle Fury.
Ah.
I forget her name. Honestly, I don't care. But they weren't turned to rock, so they weren't like a rock.
Oh, like a rock.
I blame you for that one, Easy. You had to get him started.
Yep. Oh, Evil Dead Cam. Evil Dead Cam.
Oh, Jay, hey. Too close. A little too close. Also, come on, man. That's a good riff.
Stoning spell.
God.
Stoning spelled when Kevin Smith dabbles in magic.
I'd say more Jay Muse than Kevin Smith, but I get your
Yeah.
Either one works.
Yeah.
Adnam Khashoggi Ke Pasa. See, I can make up spells too.
Sim, Solabim.
Oh, god damn it.
Wow, it's awfully nice of Claire to make her own fishbowl so she doesn't drown on air.
Never do that
Too
again!
close.
Dude, no.
See, this is why you got constantly kidnapped by Zeltrax and Dino Thunder.
Yeah.
Wow, it is rare to see kids on their cell phone not texting their little hearts out.
I know.
It was a different time.
A better time.
God, poor Toby.
Dude,
Rubber
Get a
record.
microwave. Get a hot pocket.
No, he's fasting. He can't.
Oh, please. Have you ever heard of a little thing called cheat day? Yeah, let's play football in a park where the tree branches are insanely low. Matty, why is everyone hanging out in an arboretum?
All I'm going to say is, God damn it, do not wear tuxes or I'm leaving.
Yep.
And for those who didn't see see that's too subtle, oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, that struck a nerve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, they jumped into a sepia tone. Well, it's a rock garden, but I guess it's a little better than a savage garden.
All I'm going to say is, a little too rocky for me.
Yep. No! No! What was that about Nick being a OP in this show?
Ah.
One good shot and you act like you're one? What the fuck?
Wow, I thought, guys, Korag's supposed to be the one to leave them hanging and not finish them off. Not you guys. Man, villains in Mystic Force were cocky.
That's an understatement.
Mm-hmm. Now backing it up, that's another story.
Tacky New Millennium boy meet tacky Millennium girl. Freeze.
Oh!
Oh no, pigeons are going to poop on me! God damn it. Oh, sorry, folks. I think some asshats are still popping off fireworks.
Don't you love that?
I just better be glad the gun next to me is made of plastic and not real.
Also, she just went, you guys turn my sister to stone? Well, that just blows.
Wow, others would have a little bit of a breakdown, but no. Wow, good thing Chip can lift a stone statue, almost like it was made of plaster or something.
All I'm going to say is on that pun.
Yeah, she's got the heart of a warrior. That's why she's always hiding behind the camera. Ah, damn it, Nick. Quit riffing your own show. Wow. Sounds like this. I wish I could use magic to edit my videos.
I know, right? It'd be a freaking miracle.
I know. Also, did Casey Neistat record this?
Maybe. Get it, folks? Get it? Chip practiced archery before he got his ranger powers? Get it? Huh? Huh?
Symbolism! Is there symbolism?
Wait, when did she record this footage of me? Wait, I didn't even see her. But oh my God, Maddie's been stalking me. God! Get away from me, you freak! Stop recording everything I do. Wow, she even tried to go to the bathroom. Wow, she's obsessed with me.
I tell you, if she were on YouTube, she'd probably get 2 views, 3 tops. Let's be generous. 30 views.
Knowing her, she'd probably try to turn it into a TED Talk.
Oh. Boo!
That joke was bad. That joke was worse than mine. When you're making me look like a better comedian, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Again. Gee. Also, wow, gee, Donna, shouldn't you be able to cure Matty of this power? Oh, well, you see, Korak took my staff, and that took all my power. What?
All I'm gonna say is, don't say it's a stone's throw away, because that's just no.
Well, actually, quick to your Star Wars speeders. I mean, brooms. Yeah, totally.
Totally brooms. Totally broomsticks. Yeah, sure. Did they buy it?
I get.
Yeah, they bought it. You know, people say Matty was was stiff. In fact, what about the ADR on Nick? Oof, that was stiff.
Let's be fair. Ever since they moved to New Zealand, the ADR has always been kind of shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no shit.
No.
Really?
So he blew himself up into a motorcycle?
I've got nothing.
Yeah, I'm either. I got nothing.
Could you tell that the Disney era was trying to sell vehicles to kids?
No, not at all.
Here's a fun game. Every time you see a Cal explosion, take a shot. You'll be dead in minutes.
Pretty much.
Actually, while I'm here, I should take this time to address an error in the fandom. People have been mistakenly labeling these as Sakamoto explosions.
Bullshit.
That could not be farther. That could not be farther from the truth. Actually, the blame falls on Mark Harris.
Yes.
Who's really the culprit behind this.
And he's still doing it to this very day, because he still works for Power Rangers. So yeah, hair explosions. Fuck off!
Yeah, so it's not Cal explosions, it's not Sakamoto explosions, it's hair explosions, and there's a big fucking one right there.
Yeah, the only reason why they were called Cal explosions is because even though he was doing work for Power Rangers earlier than this, it wasn't until Callus showed up that he got free reign to just go nuts with them.
Yep. Also, I can tell you it's not Sakamoto explosions because the camera's not tilted. Seriously, Sakamoto, stop tilting the goddamn camera. We're not making Battlefield Earth 2 here.
Thank you.
Also, yeah, they're making a big deal out of the explosions and everything else. I can only imagine the budget was like super high. I'm like, guys.
That's the thing. They weren't. They weren't
Shoot.
that high. That's why it makes no sense why they would waste the money on these gasoline explosions when it was so freaking, like, their budget was so goddamn low. And yes, Senshi, nobody likes these fucking explosions.
Seriously, this ate up half the budget.
Yeah.
For shots that are so fucking boring, they're pointless.
All I'm gonna say is Monster Garage did explosions better.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. You manipulate a scene where you put like a mook in a hearse. Then you take the said stunt hearse, which is a beater, so it's not going to work anyway. Stick a couple of propane tanks and put it in a shredder. Big boom, $30, you're done.
Also, yeah, go to hell, physics. Oh, forgot what I was going to say. Thanks, guys.
Sorry. You brought up the topic. We kind of had a rant.
I'm on a motorcycle now, which somehow makes me immune to your attacks.
Yeah, see, look how slow and like they had to slow it down and zoom in. It's so fucking boring.
Killer shot.
Also, slowing down, reversing, and speeding up. Copy Zack Snyder much? Actually, technically, they did that first in Forever Red.
But there, they did it right.
Yeah, they did it right. These guys are just, yeah. Wow, I haven't seen such an action-packed, high-octane, motorcycle explosion-filled rampage since the last time they did that in SPD! It's the exact same thing. They did the exact same thing in SPD and Dino Thunder.
But then came Overdrive, and oh, good God! One of the 150 reasons why we don't like Overdrive.
2 words, hover tech cycle. Yeah, when do we get cool bikes like that? Sorry, Red Senshi only. Fuck you! Torgo? Torgo from Manos the Hands of Fate?
Oh, God.
He said Torgo, Matty!
Torgo!
Power Rangers reference Thanos the Hands of Fate.
Wow.
Mind blown.
Just, wow.
Though, to be fair, right here is more proof why they call it the Nick Show. He just came in and just did everything for everybody. All the other Rangers got their ass kicked. He came in and on his own put the monster to stone and broke his ass.
To be fair, they had to work with the Sentai footage.
Fair point, but still.
But yeah, they could have done that without that 10-minute orgy of explosions. That was the motorcycle scene.
Yeah, you cut that out, this wouldn't feel so bad. But combined with that whole scene, it's just like, ugh.
Did he just say Gothra Major?
I think so.
Yeah, replace the G with an M. Yeah, I blew my own mind over something minimal.
Yeah, I was turned to stone. Here, have a free spell. Or you were turned to stone, Matty. Have a free spell.
Yeah, every time you say Matty, I think you're talking to me.
I know.
Just thought I'd bring it up. It's weird.
Well, to be fair, didn't you cosplay as a certain blue magic ranger?
I mean, yeah, cheap Sentai stuff, but yes.
It still counts. And we're not shaming you for it. It's just irony.
Oh, time to put them together.
That's another thing I love about this show. They didn't break out the Megazord until a few episodes later. I love shows that take their time with stuff like that. That's why I like Go Buster so much.
You know what I think when I see that chessboard, mech design, and everything else? How are they sitting or kneeling?
Uncomfortably, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a general curiosity of mine.
Well, actually, with shots like that, they can just cover it up with, just the pots, just like that. But I'm willing to bet that it's hollow. Also,
yeah, I'm willing to bet they're either it's hollow and they're crouching, kneeling, or sitting in like a stool-like thing.
Yeah. Also, you shall not pass. It's the wizard's hat. Kind of have to make the joke.
Fucking A.
Dynaman, you are in the minority. You are in the minority to an extreme, my friend.
Also, I liked it when Disney villains Disney villains knew enough not to joke before their death. To some extent.
Also, Pink Hair shaking what her mother gave her.
Wait. Is that the dad from Ninja Steel?
No, it can't be.
It looks a lot like him.
Someone want to verify that?
Oh, it's the facial features. I mean, maybe I'm reaching, but I'm just saying, and they look like
that is
that would be a shock of all shocks.
Please, someone confirm that.
I doubt it is. I'm probably reaching, but they look a lot alike.
I think the name there, Ben. I couldn't see the name of the actor.
I'm probably reaching. And again, New Zealand's a very small place.
DL Bot saying it's not.
Indeed, it is. Oh, he looks.
He looked a lot like him, though.
He did. It's not uncanny, but damn, it's a dead ringer.
If he cut his hair a little bit, he would be spot on.
Ooh.
Still, this episode, plot-wise, was okay. I mean, the whole coming out of your shell, hiding behind the camera thing, I thought was really good. But the big problem is still the fact that they put way too much focus on Nick.
Just a little too much, yes.
I mean, cut out that fight with Korag, and I think the episode would have been just fine.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. This whole episode about Nick getting a new motorcycle was awesome. I didn't see any other storyline. Did you? It's like, oh yeah, Blue Ranger turned to stone. Big deal. Nick got a new motorcycle. Hey guys, did you see he got a new motorcycle?
It's got a hat on it. It's got a hat. Mine.
It could also inexplicably shoot lasers, although I didn't see a single freaking cannon or muzzle on that thing. But it's magic. It's magic. We don't have to explain it.
Magic! You weirdo.
I'm not hitting the button.
No. That's why I did the joke for you, Matty.
Thank you. But
Thank you. I knew he looked familiar. He played Thor in Operation Overdrive. I know I've seen that guy somewhere before. So that's where it was. Never mind.
That's a hell of a stretch, though.
Yeah. That's like I knew I saw someone. Again, it was a reach.
Guts,
Yeah.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. On that regard, I would have been okay. Again, I'm not even talking about him finishing out the monster. All I'm asking is cut out the fight with Korag and the grunts. You cut that out, everything else is acceptable. Just cut that scene out. It has no purpose other than toy sales. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Shilling out toys for no reason is the worst thing you can do. You can promote new toys, but you have to integrate it better. If you don't, then it's very obvious it's a toy shill, and I will hate it.
Hell, I'll come right out and say it. The Megazord forms in the Neo Saban era were better packaged than this.
Yeah.
I may not like them. They may not be aesthetically pleasing. Like, I still don't like Mega Mode and Samurai. I don't like Dino Drive Form and Downcharge. But the fact of the matter is, they were better packaged. I mean, they didn't take up half the show showing off these new forms and pointless explosions and blasting stuff from weapons that don't even exist. Just, yeah, that's something else to say. But yeah, the fact remains, yeah, it's just.
Yeah, and one last comment on the whole on the hair explosions thing. Here's the thing. The idea of having epic explosions happening behind them, in and of itself, is not the problem. Hell, Japan uses that shit, though even they sometimes get ridiculous of it. Once again, looking at the Tyson films. But it's, again, how they're used. The idea of having to slow everything down, focus on the explosion, and even redo the same shot but zoomed in so you can't miss it. That is the problem. That is what Mark Harris is notorious for, and it is so infuriating because it wastes so much time, and it's just so fucking boring.
Okay, I remember what I said earlier. Also, it's a good lesson for the kids watching at home because kids, bombs, they don't blow people up, apparently. Look at Korag. Apparently, all bombs do is propel you into the sky. Limbs, arms, bodily fluids, all your major organs intact. Bombs don't kill you, apparently. They just launch you into the sky.
Yeah, that is more of what we have issue with, is how they're used, because it just makes no sense. If you want a good idea, and I know he's going to kill me for saying this, but Linkara had a full fucking rant on this in SPD. When he reviewed SPD, he went on a fucking tirade about this and explained perfectly mine and others' feelings about the whole thing and why it is such a waste of time and money. Again.
No, I agree with the man in the hat.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly with that rant.
Yeah, because, again, having an epic explosion, like, if you have an epic moment where monsters are raining down hellfire and everything and explosions are happening all around and it takes them out, if you do it quickly enough and you create an epic moment, it's fine. It's perfectly acceptable. Hell, Sakamoto does use those kind of explosions himself. And that's kind of where the misconception comes from, because he does use them. But the difference is he does them correctly. He makes them mean something. Here, they're just having them for the sake of having them to create that action-packed drama of those epic explosions, and it just eventually loses its luster so fucking fast. Trust me. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just how many times can you blow up a red car? Like, we saw oil drums. We saw that red car that the Hidiacs were standing by when Nick busted out that new motorcycle. Again, how many times can you blow up the same car? I mean, I lost count of how many times that thing exploded. It's sad when you're making Michael Bay explosions make more sense.
All I'm going to say is stop. It's already dead.
Yeah. So,
yeah. How sad is it that Michael Bay can do explosions better than this?
Ow!
Ow!
Yeah. It hurts, but it's not wrong. It's one of those things you don't want to admit it, but then the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. All right. I think we're ready to move on. Matty, you know what time it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your comments of the week. It's been a while since I've said that. Feel free to dave me later. You can send them at the link provided in the chat room, of course, at the description of the twitch.tv page. Rules are on screen, opinions only, no news or full summaries. Toku questions only. No more than 2 to 3 questions per customer. No versus question, 1 email, 1 comment per episode. Keep your comments as brief as possible. Of course, all submissions are due at the beginning of the live episode, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In this case, 2 weeks from now. John, who's kicking us off this evening?
That would be me. I'll be starting things off here with Toku Mania. Toku Mania's running wild, yeah! Gives us a nice short, sweet one. Hey, recappers, what's cracking? I have a question. From Go Ranger to 5-Man, who would be your old school Sentai crush?
Ooh.
That is a damn... The problem is I haven't watched that much old school Sentai to give you a straight answer there.
To 5-Man, that would be the one before Live Man.
No, that'd be before
No,
Jetman.
5-Man was before Jetman.
Okay.
Old school Toku crush. I'm blanking on her name, but my choice it probably come a tie between dang what I can't I'm blanking on her name, but
what was her suit uniform?
No. It was Yellow Flash from Flashman. I thought she was a real cutie. And of course, Megumi from Live Man, because, well, smart chicks are hot.
I think Megumi would have to be on my list, though. Honestly, like, just going off, since I don't really have faces to go by for a lot of these, I go by a lot of the voices, and I don't know what it is, but there was something about Pink Mask that always clicked with me.
I need to rewatch Mask Man.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Been a
I
while
don't know
since
what
I've
it is.
watched
It
it
just
too,
it
yeah.
just clicked with me for some reason.
I need to rewatch Masked Man myself. But I mean, for me, Pink 5 from Bioman comes to mind. I don't know, show. I always thought she looked good.
Yeah, I'll throw out another one. Since I only watched the movie, though, not much of the series, I'll throw out Karen from Jacka, aka Heart Queen, because she was always rocking those disco shorts.
You can't go wrong with that. Also,
and those boots.
Oh yeah.
Also easy to answer your question. To answer your question there, Yellow Flash. Her name was Sarah. But our guy points it out, and Tokumania actually brings it up in his email because his two picks were Akira, aka Denji Pink, and he also agrees with you, Sarah, aka Yellow Flash.
Hey,
you guys are on the same wavelength on that one. Anyway, that's pretty much it for Tokumania. Next up, Matty, you got Solar Star.
Solar Star here, and let's discuss the quote motivations of villains, shall we? Wait a minute. They don't really have any, do they? Not for the most part. Aliens, ancient entities, and demons just want to invade Earth because they're evil.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, let's go over Earth, invade, and have a few laughs. There have been quite a few noble demons every once in a while in Power Rangers. If they are that evil and they often know who the Rangers are and where they live, why not cut their throats in their sleep?
That is one thing you always have to ask. It's like, you know where they are, you know who they are, you know where they live. Why don't you just kill them when they're off guard?
Oh, amazing they didn't do that with what's his name in Ninja Steel, Brody.
I know, right? Yeah.
Seriously, they know where he is. You know, it's like, actually, I've got a counter argument to that aliens invading the Earth because it seemed like a good idea at the time. To be fair, Sledge had a reason because something was on that planet that he would technically belong to him.
Yeah, sometimes the villains have a motivation, and that's fine. But even then, his reasons for wanting to conquer the universe didn't make any sense. It's just the reason why he went to Earth made sense.
Yeah, but yeah, to conquer he's just technically he just wanted to cash in on a bunch of bounties he had, which I thought was a clever twist.
Yeah,
but yeah, the fact still remains: the Galaxy Warriors coming to Earth, invading, no fighting sense.
No.
Oh, perhaps killing your enemy, he continues, in their sleep is something that's not worth loading over, especially considering enemy generals and the big bads all off to hear themselves talking about the all the time.
You know, it's funny. The one series that actually made a reference of this whole point was fucking Ninja Storm. Lothor said, you can't kill them in their civilian form. You have to beat them in their ranger form. They made a joke out of that.
Also, who wrote that rule? Who wrote that rule?
It was,
Apparently Rita and Zed never got that memo.
Yeah.
Also, and Rita Repulsa from the 2017 movie, she did not give one fuck.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, some villains, you can understand them not wanting to do something like that. They seem like noble villains, but there are some, it's like, you are a psycho son of a bitch. Why are you not just killing them when you have the chance?
Well, if they did that, we wouldn't have a show.
Yeah. Solar Star brings it up. Perhaps they believe in true victory by showing the Rangers how much they failed by taking over their base. Take their Morphers as trophies or destroy them. Show how their Zords. Show them their Zords smoldering, their cities burning, and watching citizens getting whipped in the streets.
I think what he's getting at is it's not the point, it's the principle of the matter. It's like I'm thinking of it's Dave Chappelle in Robin Hood Men in Tights. Hey, Rob, this ain't exactly the Mississippi. I'm on one side of the river, I'm on the other side. It is not that big a point. You don't have to fight this guy to cross the bridge. It's not the point. It's the principle of the matter.
You know, actually, the one series where that kind of mindset actually does work. of all shows, is Megaforce. Like, the Emperor of the Armada, he felt confident enough that he didn't want to just kill the Rangers. He wanted them to show how powerless they truly were against him. That's why in that final battle, like, they destroyed all those ships, and he still was like, look how powerless you truly are when the second wave hit. There it made sense. But some shows, again, there are some shows where it's like, you're a psycho killer. You're a madman. You just want to conquer. You're not worried about the glory of victory. You just want to rule. Why the fuck are you doing this?
Well, in that vein, Solo Star does ask the question, speaking of, what is your interpretation of a Toku villain's true victory?
Honestly, it really comes down to that really depends on what the motivation is. What is their motivation for conquering? You know, it varies from villain to villain. Some villains just defeating their enemies and taking over the world. You know, sometimes it's that simple. But in some villains' case, there's a cause. There's a reason they have to win a certain way. And, you know, collecting a certain power, which can only be done a certain way. Something like that makes sense.
I think it's better explained, of all places, not in Sentai or Power Rangers, but in Kamen Rider. It just all boils down. Like, I've had people complain about Kai from Den-O. It's like, he's got no motivation. He's just crazy. He's just batshit crazy. He's a terrible villain. Well, you know what I say to that? And this actually applies to a lot of villains in Toku. To quote Alfred from Dark Knight, some men just want to watch the world burn.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's all. That's pretty much all it is. It's pure madness, pure and simple.
Yeah, sometimes it's
Pretty
just
much.
the fact that they want to see people suffer. Then it makes sense. If they want to see someone suffer, then yeah, they're not going to want to kill them outright. They want to see them suffer. And you can't just kill someone. It's not as fun for them. I sound like a psychopath when I say that, but you get my point. You know?
Slink away, Matty. Slink away.
Take away.
Hey, as someone who has mental health issues, I know what crazy is. I just know better not to do it. You know? But, like, some of these guys, they just want to see them. They don't, think of Oja. You know, he killed people. But he loved the hunt. He loved torturing. He left his brother alive for decades. Just to make him suffer without his family, and then pulled this whole scheme to bring him to meet up with him again, only to kill him. Like, that's a psycho right there. He made him suffer before. He made him seep in that despair before he finally got him.
Yep.
Oh, that's it for Solar Star. Next up is Senshi X.
Let me pull this up here. All right. Since I got very wordy last week, I'm just going to skip to questions. I didn't have room for last time. First one. With Soul of the Dragon being the first Power Rangers anthology story, what is an anthology story you would like to see be told in Power Rangers universe at some point in the future? What's a good
Oh,
one?
you mean the old man Tommy story?
Yeah, what's another story like that you'd like to see?
I mean, I like to dip into the future with Tommy. I'd say follow up on that with the other Rangers would be a good idea.
Well, there's that. But I would like, and a lot of people, I talked to my friend at work about this a lot, but I would like to hear the untold story of the Thunder Rangers.
Ooh.
The season 2 powers, where they came from, and you could actually incorporate the Die Ranger suits into this story and where the White Ranger powers came from.
There you go.
And where the Thunder Zords came from.
Or here's another one. A side story with, like, the Equation Rangers. Let's see something like that.
Yeah, with Ninjor.
With Ninja.
Yeah.
Because he created the powers.
I'd be like, I'd be interested in seeing what the origin story for the Equation Rangers are.
Or you know what?
No, DL Bot, not the new powers.
Actually, wait. Hold that
No.
thought. While he was doing that in jest, let's be honest. That was the one complaint we had. You have all these new powers. Fucking do something with them. Let's see a story about these other powers. Where did they come from? What's their story? There's so many things you could do with that.
Yep.
Anyway. One detail I hadn't mentioned about the dream I had of Beast Morphers was that Enter was adapted. However, rather than doing something like with Decker and getting an American actor, his lines are dubbed over bits of the Japanese footage of Enter, and much like what they did with Bandora and Mighty Morphin. While I don't believe that would work well with Enter, this leads me to my second question. Do you think dubbing over human characters in the Japanese footage would work with Power Rangers today, or would it stand out too much? Specifically, would the out-of-sync audio in the actor's mouth be a detriment?
I'm going to say no, it can't work. And for one simple reason, they tried that in Megaforce. Need we forget Jelly Shitto's American counterpart? They actually dubbed over the Japanese lady throwing out the garbage, and it was terrible. They didn't even try. Now, granted, that's a minor character. That's a one-off thing. But the point is, if they did that whole dubbing Enter thing in Beast Morphers, you could never have Enter. You could never have the main villain interact with the main Senshi. Unless you did one hell of a job in editing. You could never get them on screen together, and it wouldn't feel genuine.
See, the reason why it was bearable with Rita is because 95% of the time, she was up in her palace. So they could easily, it was mostly stock footage there. So you could easily just rework that to her.
And granted, there were a few episodes where she was on Earth going on a little tirade, and you could splice that in easily with any episodes. So she's spectating, she's watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
You could get away with it.
But more often than not, she was up in her palace, so there really wasn't a need for them to have to work around a lot. With Enter, he was more often than not interacting with the Rangers on a regular basis. So the amount of editing you'd have to do for something like that is insane. So I don't see that working. If you have a villain that's in their base most of the time, you might be able to get away with it. But if they're interacting with the Rangers on a regular basis, you're running into a lot of problems. And
it would be a lot more trouble than it's worth.
Plus, you've also got the issue of trying to dub over a Japanese actor, and as you mentioned in your email itself, that can lead to a lot of audio sync issue there. And no better example than that is what Evan Hunter points out: Ultraman Tiga.
Oh
yeah.
I think I don't want to call it a racial thing, but we're past that. We're past the point of badly dubbing Japanese television with bad voice acting. You know, that's a cliche that died out in the last millennium, thank God, and it needs to stay that way. I mean, we don't take new Godzilla movies and badly dub them over here. We have the option, or no, DVDs come in the Japanese audio. Now, I'm sure they dub them in English for people who want to listen to it in English, but it's done proper, like dubbing an anime. You know, it's not done for shits and giggles. It's done professionally. And so the thing is, it's like we've moved on from that whole thing. So that's why I think it wouldn't work in Power Rangers anymore.
Yeah,
we've kind of moved on.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, comparing it to anime is a different thing, because with anime, they're not moving their mouths in a specific way. It's just a general lip flap, so that it can be dubbed without it looking too ridiculous. When you're talking, your mouth moves a very specific way to make specific sounds. So trying to dub over that while making it look like they're saying what they're supposed to be saying is nigh impossible sometimes. It's part of the reason why it's such a joke, because sometimes there's just no way to say a certain line when, like, sometimes it's much, like, saying it is in Japan is much quicker than in the US because of how their alphabet works, how their language works. So it just, no matter what you do, it's going to look silly.
Yeah, that's how it became such a horrible cliche, which, again, I'm glad it's died out.
Anyway, so that's it. That is it for Senshi. Next up, we got Red Rob.
Yeah, by the way, apologies to Red Rob. We might have been a little too rough on him last week, but then again, he on Tokarest, but then again, the rules.
Hey, bud. Rules.
I will say this. Yeah. Next comment, just out of curiosity. Any advice for Disneyland / California Adventure? Just
Actually, Matty, you did message me about that on Discord.
yeah.
And I did get your message, Red Rob. Actually, could you actually we're not going to Disneyland per se. We're actually going to the California Adventure Park. He gave us advice on Disneyland, not that. But if you could give me some updated info on that, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Hey, at this point, you know what? Advice on both would help our decision even more. Anyway, so
We can only afford one. We're not made of money.
We only have time for one anyway. So
Exactly.
anyway, on to the gimmick itself. He says, "Hey, recappers, I have 29 Power Rangers comics for Boom Studios. That meaning I have the 5 pieces of the Shattered Grid storyline, and I have obtained the 2018 annual, the Free Comic Book Day issue, and Go Power Rangers issue 10, which means I have 3 more for the storyline equals 32 in my arsenal. Wink, wink.
Quit bragging.
Let's talk. Now let's talk the Hasbro era. Now let the Hasbro era begin with the Super Ninja Steel done. Ha 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 ha! Joking. I know they just bought the franchise already, and we don't know, and we won't know what happens until, like you said, we're just speculating. Anyway, I finally finished finals this week, so I can have my summer. Congratulations! Got loads of plans, and Morphicon is just one of them. And I better have my membership before the 9th of July. No worries, guys. I have my ways. I'm just a little busy here and there. Can't wait to see Easy and Matty and Morphicon in August. And that's it for me. May the power protect you all. So see ya.
Likewise.
Likewise. Looking forward to it.
Yep.
That being said, looking forward to your looking forward to it. Next up is Zeltrax, everybody.
Oh, yeah, and warning, from what I can tell here, rant mode engaged.
Uh-oh.
Because his first paragraph, first off, I'd like to say, screw you, Toys R Us Canada and Asia. Why do your stores get to live while the USA ones die a pitiful and painful debt-filled debt?
Whoa! Canadian in the room here, people. Whoa!
But he goes like, it's not fair, damn it.
All I'm gonna say is, not my fault. Toys R Us Canada got bought out by another entity. Just saying.
I think he's just jealous. He knows it. He's like, now I gotta pay either Matty Jay or Vangelis cash if there are any new Toys R Us exclusives in their country. Gah!
I'm willing to go out on a limb here, Matty, and say that your Toys R Us aren't exactly well stocked.
Well, the one I usually regularly go to is generally stocked, but the last time I went, the Power Ranger shelves were a little barren. Barren in the good stuff department. They were well stocked, just the regular stuff.
Yeah,
I will say this: they still have the 2017 movie Red Helmet.
Sounds like my Toys R Us before it went belly up.
Yeah.
I was amazed. I got a Zeonizer for mine. I honestly didn't think they were going to stock them.
They still have like a big stock of Zeonizers. The one reason I don't have a box yet, A, I don't have the money, and B, in Canadian dollars, we're talking $140.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. I'm lucky I had the money for the NES Classic in the first place.
Yeah. And to be fair, I got my Zeonizers because of the liquidation sale. So yeah.
So
anyway,
but let me know if you come across a Power Staff, Matty. I might have to do business with you for that.
You know what? If I do, we will talk business for sure. Also, Evan Hunter Gale, how much would it cost to get a CPS4? I will check the EB Games, but probably around the $200 mark.
No, I think he's asking how much it would cost to send you a PS4. I think he's wanting to get one.
Ooh.
I mean, check your shipping. I would say that. Otherwise, if you just want to send me the money for one, I'll definitely take it.
Well, you'll have to talk with him on Discord about that later. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, send me a DM, my friend. Send me a DM. That's all I'm going to say.
Moving on. As for the updates from the comics, I'm all for it. We're getting friggin' Death Ryuger in Power Rangers. His name being from the Dark Energem as such, with all members of Dino Charge calling themselves after their Energem color. Tanya's on the team, which is great because I thought her development in Zia was somewhat lacking. We get fucking Magna Offender on this team, which is all sorts of awesome. And overall, this new MMPR team, which even has the original team's color scheme, is badass. How the fuck can people friggin' hate this? Because the new writer won a GLAAD award and wrote some gay lesbian characters? Get the hell out of here and let us enjoy this change-up, damn it. Thank you!
Okay, that I did not know about. In that case, can we please get them to write a story about a certain movie Yellow Ranger? Wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that. Yeah, bring in the movie Rangers, please. I would love to have some more stories about them. If we're not getting a sequel, that would be the next best thing.
There you go. Anyway, speaking of the comics, please read The Trial of Astronema from the Anniversary Special. Highly recommended. Anyway, that's all for me. I'm off to play games of Tetris and Jenga with my packing for Morphicon. First time sitting.
Speaking of blocks or cubes, I should say. I saw what you posted on Twitter, man. I gotta say, I'm jealous.
Yeah, Zeltrax. Yeah, before we continue, Zeltrax, welcome to the club, brother. But I would make it official in audio form.
There you go. Anyway, that's pretty much it for Zeltrax. So next up is Die Hard.
Hey there, everyone. Die Hard here. And wait, what's this? You guys managed to get DestinyAmber on the podcast? It's not a total sausage fest for a change. Oh.
Ouch!
No.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey.
No.
Hey, freaking trying to find a female who likes Toku in this world is like trying to play baseball without a bat. Give me a break.
You might be able to do it, but good fucking luck.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's in all seriousness, no, it was great to have her on the podcast and have you interview her. It's also very awesome to find out she's a fellow Metal Heroes fan. All the Metal Heroes definitely need more love out here in the Toku community.
Amen, brother.
That's very true. We definitely need more females out there in the Toku community as well as the RVT community to help balance it out. And I'm very grateful and thankful for the ladies that we already have in the RVT community. Amen. Once again on that
Ultimate
one.
Geek, you guys are you ladies are always welcome around these parts. Rest assured.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. We definitely need more girl power. But believe us, it's not for lack of trying.
We only do so much in the entertainment business. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The Neo Saban era is officially over with the closing of Saban Brands. I can't say I'm going to miss them, even though they tried their best, and we got the 2017 Rangers movie reboot and almost a terrific season in the form of Dino Charge from them. There you go. Here's hoping that our new Hasbro overlords can save the sinking ship that is the TV show portion of the Power Rangers franchise and get it on the right track again. And for all the people still out there still want Judd Chiplin to get fired and have the entire staff replaced, all you can do is fuck right off and also need to get it through your damn skulls that what happened with Dino Charge's story isn't entirely his fault. That was all caps, that last bit.
It's true.
Amen once again.
Yeah.
I think Chip should stay on to help with the show. But I admit it wouldn't hurt to look at some new writing talent.
Yeah. It's what we said before. It's not Lynn that's the problem. It's people like Becca Barnes who have been causing all the trouble. And I think they need to be changed out. Again, not for new people. Well, not so much amateur writers, but at least new writers, fresh writers.
All I'm gonna say is Hasbro's doing the right thing by at least giving the crew over the old crew a new shot at it. After Beast Morphers, all I'm gonna say is after success, not success, good, bad, whatever. After Beast Morphers, it's open game. It's open season. But until then, I'm willing to see where we go from here.
Agreed.
That's all I'm going to say there.
And to be fair, Chiplin himself, in an interview with Bruno from MMPR Toys, if I'm not mistaken, did say he was a fan of Go Busters. So I think we're in good hands. He loved the Sentai, so I think he's going to do it justice. I think he's going to crush it.
We can only hope.
Crimson Star in the chat. Can't please everyone. That's the truth.
Amen,
right there.
brother.
No kidding.
Time for questions. Number one. What do you think the reason why Toei keeps using aliens and other worldly threats for Sentai is a result of the parental groups in Japan?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it for a minute.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes, because of what you said, but also no, because a lot of it probably has to do with Sentai nostalgia, because more often than not, alien invasions are part of Sentai lore. I mean, I brought this up in my O-Ranger review. For the longest time, Sentai teams in the late 70s, early 80s were fighting invasions from outer space. It was only up until the I believe Changeman, they changed it, no pun intended, to an underground cult. Tube, I believe, was the Tube Empire, which again is, they changed it up. Again, no pun intended. But so again, I think it's ingrained in Sentai mythology. I think that's why they keep doing it.
All I'm going to say is it is a major reason, but keyword being A. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or key letter in this.
To answer Sayla, yeah, they're less whiny in Japan, but they are not exactly innocent by any means. There's a reason why a lot of the issues with Sentai and Kamen Rider have happened over the years, and that is a lot to do with it.
Funny story, I was actually doing research for my Akiba Ranger Season 2 review, which is coming, by the way, and I found out that Akiba Rangers were actually going to be in a Sentai or Taisen team-up movie. They were actually going to be in a team-up movie.
No.
But, yes, but at the last second, they decided to just make it a reference in a net movie because they didn't want the kids to see the Akiba Rangers and thought, ooh, what's this? I want to see this, and thus watch the adult-oriented show. So they kind of dodged the bullet there. I'm pretty sure moms would have been up in arms about that.
Fanboy in me is calling bullshit, but the reasonable adult in me is going, good call.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
No, they're not pussies, Dalebot. They were playing it safe. They were playing it safe.
This is a case of, wait, the kiddies are going to want to watch this later. This is a very adult. Look at Malshina, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's like putting a porn star on Sesame Street. Kids are gonna want to see more of her. It's like having frickin' I'm trying to think of someone, but no one's coming to mind on a kids show. That would be like having Jenna Jameson on Barney.
You're asking for trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're gonna have a bad time if you do that.
Yeah.
No.
Again. That is one of those cases where I understand. Like, there are times where I will call bullshit on parent groups being a dick. That is not going to be one of them.
And Gail brings up Gingham Man, but at the same time, the character was not sexualized. It just happened to look. Also, Japanese culture is very different, but the humor is very adult. There is drinking, which. Last time I checked, that's something you don't want to show kids.
Evan, the difference in Gingham Man is Shalinda, whose actress was a porn star, admittedly. The difference there was she wasn't overly glorified like Malshina was. Hell, the whole point Malshina was in Akiba Ranger was to be a sex symbol. The difference with Shalinda is Shalinda was actually a threat. She was actually kicking Ginga Green's ass every other episode, so you legitimately bought her as a threat. Granted, she has two enormous talents that I enjoy staring at, but she will also kick your ass at the exact same time. So it's kind of a cul-de-sac when you think about it.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you look at it and go, like I said, the humor, the presentation was very adult, and Ginga Man, she just happens to be a large-breasted person.
Yeah, and besides, the bad guys in Ginga Man are pirates. Don't pirates usually hang around with hot chicks? At least to my knowledge, they always have.
Not on the ship so much, but yeah, they'll make a stop over at the local brothel without a question.
Well, she was a first mate on the ship.
Yeah.
That was stuck in the ocean. But my point is, pirates are gonna hang around with hot chicks.
Anyway.
All I'm gonna say is yes, she was Shalinda, and she just happens to be well equipped, and that's all we need to say.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Number two, if you could have an epilogue movie in the form of 10 years later movies for Power Rangers, which team would you choose, and what would be the story about?
Oh, actually, I have a good one for this. And considering what's coming out in the future, it's so apropos. There's one story that could easily do a 10 years after RPM.
Yeah.
Follow up when happens, the rebuilding after Corinth, after the fall of Venjix, seeing the world come together. Maybe some remnants of Venjix come back and try to destroy the Earth again. It's
Hell, they teased that at the very end of RPM that Venjix may still exist in the Morphers.
Bingo! It's so it was literally written for the sake of having a sequel. Let's follow up on that.
Yeah. Plus, that one reference to iZombie. Come on. You gotta get at least one in there.
Oh, easily.
Me, I would go. Well, even though I'm the only one who seems to like that season, I would go with a Mystic Force 10 years later. A whole new breed of magicians are taught the magic. A new class, basically. And you could actually carry over the thing from the Sentai. You could have Chip teaching a class just like his Sentai counterpart was teaching a class in Ninja.
And you know he'd do it too.
Oh, yeah.
That about does it for me now. For now, I made a power protect you, he says. Well, thanks, Dr. Gamer. Next up is Cure Crystal.
That midterm exam was brutal yesterday, but I got it done. Yay! Anyways, let's check the systems to see if Doomslayer's up to his old tricks. And he sent me a lot of the H word, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. Note to self, send him the ransomware. Ooh. Other than that, all systems are accounted for, and the classic episodes are good to go. Maybe you guys can have more guests on the show, since the one with DestinyAmber went very well, and maybe riff an old episode of that Power Ranger season with said guest. Yeah, also, actually, I want to take the time to thank all of you for making that episode of Ranger Recap a couple weeks ago a huge success. For being as well behaved as you were. I mean, I knew you guys would be.
Yeah.
I wasn't doubting it, but I'm so glad that you guys met my expectations on that. You guys killed it. We had a lot of fun, and Amber was overjoyed to be talking to have fun with us that week. So rest assured, I'm almost certain she will be working with us again in the future, and that we have you guys to thank for that.
Yeah, that's honestly, I knew the fandom would behave. Honestly, I thought it'd be one of us, namely me, who would fuck up. Maybe just because I was born without any confidence, but I don't know.
Well, hey, you did just fine, dude, so you have nothing to be ashamed of there. You did absolutely great. It was so much fun doing that. Anyway, did you know that Kamen Rider Ghost's helmets were inspired by the Persona franchise, and vice versa with Persona 5, since they both used historical figures in different ways?
I don't care about Persona. I couldn't get into Persona, so don't care.
All right. Hey, to my credit, I have at least played a little bit of Persona 3. I've tried playing a Persona game, just could not click with me. Trying to balance all the if you've ever played a Persona game, you have to micromanage the shit out of it if you want to get the best ending. And I'm the kind of guy who loves to try to get the best ending. So for me, it was just overwhelming for me.
Agreed. It's
So-
just, yeah.
No
It's
love.
just- and you can't escape the Persona Toku connections in this fandom. It's insane.
Especially since they make so many Toku references in the Persona games. Trust me, I've seen the images. I know. They're there. And if you like the game, there's more power to you. I know they're great games, so do not mistake me. This is not me hating on the franchise. It's just, it's not for me. It's one of those kind of deals. Anyway, moving on. Questions. Number 1, do you think that the toy morphers for Power Rangers will be similar, if not the same, as the Sentai version now that Hasbro's in charge? I want it to be, don't get me wrong, but I am not making any assumptions until we see something.
Based on the Avengers toys I see in the toy section of the store I work at, I'm not getting my hopes too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to be. I'm hoping that Hasbro will give them the justice they deserve, but I am not holding my breath. So that I'm setting my expectations low, not, just low enough. I know what Bandai can do. That is where my expectations are. I want to see them at least slightly better than that. Not much better, but I expect at least slightly better. If they can meet that, I'm happy. But again,
I can tell you right now, folks, don't expect the orange tips on the guns to go away. That's an American law. That cannot be changed.
Yeah,
so unfortunately, we're stuck with that god-awful hue on the end of toy guns for the rest of our bloody lives.
Yeah, that's a Canadian law, too. So this is pretty much North American.
Yeah.
Which, it's understandable. Japan, guns are not as big an issue in Japan, so they can get away with that. But here, it is a huge problem. You look at how our society is, it's understandable. So it's not something that's ever going to go away.
Yeah, even if they did make Megatron a gun again like the old days, part of him would be orange just for that safety tip.
Yeah. Anyway, number 2, if there was one opening song you would change in any Toku series, which would it be, and what song do you replace it with? Okay, I can't answer the second part of that, but I can easily say the one song in Toku that I just cannot stand is Fourze's opening.
Yeah, that's my answer too. Cosmic Mind, his Ultimate Forms theme would have been a much better intro.
Yeah, yeah. Switch On is just, and honestly, I've even to this day, to put it simply, not even Writer Chips can make that song enjoyable, and God knows they've tried. I was just watching the 40 Cross 35 Sentai and Kamen Riders concert, and Writer Chips did cover that song, and even he couldn't fix it.
Yeah, just there are good songs on the Force soundtrack. Don't get me wrong, there are good insert songs. I love Meteor's theme. Shooting Star is really good. I love Cosmic Mind, even though I hate that form. I think it's god-awful, and I hate the penis rocket sword. I'm just saying that theme would have been a better open. Switch On is a terrible Rider theme. Yeah, if I can't vote for Forze, then if you already did that, I would. I've tried Ghost theme, but no, it's just I can't. I don't like it.
Doesn't help.
It's not a bad song, but it doesn't fit the show at all.
It doesn't help when you actually see the actual singers. Their look just, oh god.
Those JoJo rejects.
Oh my god, yeah, they look so terrible. I'm sorry, I can't stand the way they look. You're like, oh my god, they look like your stereotypical Japanese ruffians, and it just looks so bad. It's go find the official music video for that song, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, I can't.
Whoever introduced the pompadour in Japan should be drug out into the street and shot.
Thank you. I agree wholeheartedly. Anyway, last question. Would you want an animated crossover between the Skullman and Kamen Riders 1 and 2?
I don't know. I honestly don't know how that would work.
It wouldn't be the original Skullman. I'll tell you that flat out. Not the original.
Exactly. It couldn't be. It wouldn't work.
If you've ever seen the original Skullman manga, like the very original, the one that Ishinomori himself wrote, that manga is dark. Like,
or the anime, which actually a fan got for me, and yeah, it is about the same. It is just Ishinomori wrote some dark shit back in the 70s.
Yeah, you'd have to get the rebooted manga that his understudy wrote. That one you might be able to make work, because that one's a little more similar to what Kamen Rider is. And maybe you can get those two to cross over in some way, but even then, it's a bit of a stretch. And really, I don't see how you can make a story around that. It'd be tough to do. We need to
stop rebooting Ishinomori's old projects. Let the man rest in peace. They tried rebooting Kikaider, and it was a monumental failure. Let's not tread old ground, shall we?
And let's not even get started on the 009 movies. Yeah, but it's a nice idea, but I don't see, realistically, I don't see how that works out very well. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, not everything Ishinomori touches was gold, nor would it work today as a reboot.
Anyway, that is pretty much it for Cure Crystal. Next up, we got Guts.
Generic yawn noises, he says. Well then, okay then. In terms of conventions, I'm still sad that I may never end up there. But then again, each year apparently markets itself better than last, even when the show is filtered joke and belongs in the filtered joke.
I get it. Basically, even when the show is boop and belongs in the boop.
Gotcha.
Or as Joe Bob would say, forbidden TNT word.
Exactly.
I wonder how he's gonna flip that over as like forbidden Shutter TV word.
Well, actually, it's on demand. It's online. I don't think it'll be censored that much. But then again, I don't know.
I mean, it'd be funnier if Joe Bob would do it, but then again,
Well, given the blue streak he cursed during that interview with the AVGN. Which again, I am amazed. I am amazed. I've never heard Joe Bob work that much blue. Even in person, even live, when I got to meet him, and even at his live show, he didn't curse that much.
Wow.
Yeah, if at all. But we're getting off topic.
Questions. Number one, what do you not like about the current classics you riff on took riffs?
I wouldn't say I don't like it. It's more of I have to change my mindset when it comes to watching Gavon. We make fun of it a lot, but old school Toku, especially stuff from the 70s and 80s, you kind of have to go in with the mindset of it was a different time. So a lot
they
of
had to work with what they had,
and a lot of the cheesiness can really grate on you when you're so used to modern stuff. You kind of have to get used to it. I wouldn't say it's something I don't like. It's just something I have to get used to and know that was as good as it got back then. Because considering how well remembered Gavon is, when you look back, you're like, part of you is like, how was this popular?
It's like watching a modern horror movie, like something from Blumhouse, like watching a Purge movie, like watching that modern Purge movie, and then going back and watching the 1980 Friday the 13th movie, the original, the very first one, and looking at the effects back then, no CGI, and the effects look so cheesy and so obvious back then. You're taken aback.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's like, back then it was tamer. It was tamer, and they had to work with what they had. Like every time I see what's her name get her throat cut in the first Friday the 13th movie, I'm like, oh my god, that fake neck looks so obvious.
Yeah.
It was literally gleaming. I'm just like, wow, you could tell that's fake. It's kind of the same principle in Gavon. It's like, oh, that plaster looks so fake. It's like, oh, we've seen that clip 10,000 times before. It's like they shot that one scene, they were proud of it, and they wanted to use it over and over again. And more to the point, they had to use those scenes in Gavon over and over and over again because, again, budget constraints.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be fair, Metal Hero, I'm willing to bet, didn't get the budget that Sentai/Rider had at the time.
I'll throw in one for Gavon, actually. And this is more of an annoyance for me, and it's been heard multiple times by now. I'm getting annoyed by the narrator explaining why the transformation takes so long, and here we slow it down for
that
it's
is
like,
one.
Yeah,
that's like the one thing I'd be like, shut up. We get it.
It's like Ghost telling the story of his death. It's like, we get it already.
It's again, it's very formulaic. I mean, it's not as exhilarating as watching the 80s Voltron show and watching the pilots get into their cockpits and run to the lions. It's not as epic as that, but they did it over and over and over again. Or hell, it's like when Prince Adam turns into He-Man. It's like you go back and watch the old He-Man show from the 80s. He does it every episode, and he turns Cringer into Battle Cat. You're just like, I get it, okay? It's like it's repetition. Yep, that's what they had. That's all they had to work with back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fair enough. And I get it. It's part of the charm. It's just, for me, it's like, it's more probably the modern sensibility is getting into me.
Yeah.
In a case, so like I get it. And like I have to sit, like I'm like any other 90s kid. I had to sit through the Power Rangers morphing every episode.
Yeah.
So I get that sensibility. It's just, for me, it's like, okay, I get it. It takes time. We're going to slow it down. Please, just continue. Let him kick all the ass.
Wow, Toku kind of invented mansplaining.
I know, right?
Wow, Toku was doing mansplaining before JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was a thing.
Good God.
Or as I like to call it, mansplaining the series. Because they explain every single fucking attack.
Pretty much. Next up. No, actually, hold on. Next question, I should say, for Matty and Shades. So me and you, dear bud.
Yep.
What do you want from Evolt as a villain?
You timed this question just right, and you wrote this just right, because I was this close to... I almost called spoilers before I realized, no, wait, we did just watch that debut, so you're good. But, as far as what I want from Evolt, honestly, I need to know what his motivation is. Why does he want to remake the world? Why does he want to use Pandora's box to completely destroy everything? What is his motivation? That's what I want. I want some backstory and some motivation from this fucker. You give me that, and then we'll work from there.
For me, honestly, I'll settle for good.
No, that works too.
I mean, you know, honestly, I don't know what to expect other than can you be good? Can you be a villain that actually, like, can you actually do damage? You know, kill somebody? That would be a good start.
Because I think I can speak for both of you right now, because evil Toku Dad number 563 just isn't cutting the mustard.
Armbar, by the way, but yeah.
Seriously, how many? I've lost count of how many evil Toku big bad dads there are. I mean, look at the fucker in the last show.
No God.
I mean, it's pretty much Masamune all over again. Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not even arguing it.
Now back to my nap. Wake me up when Super Ninja Steel is a good series. You're gonna be sleeping a while.
Enjoy your coma, Zelda.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is, yeah, Ninja Steel is fine. Super Ninja Steel is so far no good, but you know.
No, Matty, Bullet Club is fine.
Last up is our good buddy DL Bot.
Hello all, it's DLBot2016 here, and let me say this to start. I am very disappointed in several of you in the chat. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Why? Because aside from one or two of you, the rest did not bother sending me any new riddle answers in the past few weeks. Thankfully, Bio actually contributed to this week's riddle, so if it wasn't for him, you guys wouldn't get any of them. Bottom line, next week I expect more riddle answers from you people.
Chat, you're on notice.
You have been
called
challenged.
out.
You have been challenged. I expect at least one of you, besides Bio or I believe it's Bio or Ultimate Geek, are the two that have been sending stuff in. I expect one of you other people to send something in. I want to see some progression here, people. But nonetheless, we do have riddles, so let's get that party started now. Actually, hold that thought. I have to prepare this right. Now then, tonight's category, Super Sentai! Now then.
Very nice.
All right, number one. My armor has been worn by two other people. I wield only one unique weapon, and my name is unique, even being in a Japanese TV series. Who am I? Natty, I think if you see the answer, have a button ready.
Oh God.
Have it ready.
Oh Jesus.
Don't say what
We'll
it is,
have
but
to
have it
interrupt
ready.
Okay.
Again, the question. My armor has been worn by two other people. I wield only one unique weapon, and my name is unique, even being in a Japanese TV series. Who am I?
10 seconds.
Sorry, folks, none of you came even close. The answer? Ramirez, aka Kyoryu Cyan, because who better than Kyoryu Cyan?
Damn, it's been a while since we hit that button.
Yep. His armor was worn by No-san's sister and Amy and Daigo's future daughter, wielded the spirit hammer, and his name is unique because Ramirez is a Spanish name, or maybe it's Egyptian, but I don't know. Clever.
Very clever.
Okay, number two. I am a traitor to my people. My monstrous form was known by another name in the States, and while I do have a daughter, she is not directly related by blood. Who am I?
Ooh, I like that one. That's a good one.
See if anyone gets this one. I'll read it again. I am a traitor to my people. My monstrous form was known by another name in the States, and while I do have a daughter, she is not directly related by blood. Who am I? Solar Star, I'd like to walk away with the money. This is not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I'm sensing a lot of wrong directions here.
Yeah, nobody's even coming close.
10 seconds.
Not even close. The correct answer, Dr. Hinler from Mega Ranger. He betrayed the people of Earth and joined Javius. His monster form became Furio here in the States, and his daughter Shibarena, while she may have been designed after his late daughter, was not related to him directly by blood, being an android/cyborg. Solar Star, we watched that on fucking Tokurith. Where you been?
Yeah.
Gotta ring the bell. Ding! Shim! I knew Matty would get it.
Oh, God. Gilling, gilling. Shame. Shame.
All right, number 3. I was never on top of the world. In fact, I started out from the bottom of it. I sometimes view the world from another point of view, and my closest friends and colleagues refer to me by a nickname. Who am I?
Oh, I like that. I like that one.
Well, let's get one. Let's get one at least. Read again. I was never on top of the world. In fact, I started out from the bottom of it. I sometimes view the world from another point of view, and my closest friends and colleagues refer to me by a nickname. Who am I?
Some of you people have been on a Die Ranger kick as of late.
You notice that too, huh? We're getting a lot of Die Ranger answers, but none of them are Die Ranger. I can promise you that.
Like, nothing wrong with Die Ranger, by the by. Just noticing that. Just noticing the pattern here. That's fair enough, Sayla. Still wrong, though. Oh, God, DL.
Also getting a lot of Kyoryuger answers here, when none of them are Kyoryuger.
Again, nothing wrong with that, just saying. 10 seconds.
None of you even came close. The correct answer, Shinichi Inari, or Senchan from Deca Ranger. He started off as being a sibling of 7 to a poor family. He views the world in a unique point of view due to his thinking pose that for a moment makes him see the world upside down before he starts to think. And his friends refer to him as Senchan. All right. Now, I don't know if my music's going to play. Actually, I'm able to make sure my keyword puzzle song's set right, because I wasn't sure if it was working earlier.
If not, I'll play it. I have it. You know that.
All right, I'll let you know if it's playing or not when we kick it in. But nonetheless, it is time for a keyword puzzle! Now remember, folks, it is a wild card. Anything goes. So basically, it is not Sentai. Let's see if you guys can get this one. And I think this one's I looked at this ahead of time. I think this one's a reasonable one. So if you get this one wrong, it's not on DL, but I think this is legitimately a good one. Anyway. Kiwado. Demon. Leader. Prisoner. It's working. Remember, it's not Sentai. Lightspeed's a good guess, but it's not correct. Demon, leader, prisoner.
Coming up with some decent answers in there, though.
I'll grant you that. Well, I'll give you one other hint. Think a little more literal. For one of the keywords, think a little more literal.
Yeah.
Nope. Yep, time's up.
There it is.
Time's up. The correct answer, Kamen Rider Arc from the Kamen Rider Kiva movie. Arc was a member of the Legendorga and resided in the Demon Castle. He was the leader of the Legendorga, and his host was a human prisoner by the name of Takashi Sugimura.
That's a good one, though.
That is a legit good one.
Some really good guesses in there, as a matter of fact. So, nothing wrong with this one, folks.
Yeah.
Good job, just not good enough. That's what it is.
And DLBot, please restrain yourself. Please.
Please.
Don't let this go to your head.
Quit bragging.
He has it, yeah. I'm just cutting him off at the pass.
Give it a minute.
I know, right?
You know what? He's going to show up on either Morphicon or Ranger Stop. He's going to do the Watashi wa Kamina, and I'll be right there to Dave him.
Please do. Please do.
Actually, no, DLBot. No, DLBot. Live it up. Live it up. It'll just be more funnier when someone cracks your riddles.
It always is.
Can't win them all. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, to be fair, all of these were good riddles. Like, I really had no complaints about any of them. All of them made sense. That I could see someone figuring these out eventually. Anyway. Matty, you got the other button ready?
Hey, yes, I do.
All right, let's do this. Now then, if you're making a deal to have your son saved by a golden demon voiced by Optimus Prime from Transformers RID, well, you're shaking hands with danger.
There you go.
There you go. Well, that's all for me, guys. Until next time, in the words of the Evil Driver, ciao. You guys are so lucky we just watched that episode.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know they spoke Italian on Mars. Who knew?
I know, right?
I know.
I thought Martians had their own language, unless, I've watched season 3 of Supergirl. I'm pretty sure John Jones and his dad were speaking in Martian, not Italian. But what do I know?
For all we know, they could be speaking the same language from Mars Attacks. For all we know,
That's true. But again, I didn't know Martians were fluent in Italian. You learn something new every day.
Amen. All right, Matty, hit the music and I'll wrap us up.
Now, those are the comments of the week. You can send them at the thing that was popped up by someone in the chat. You can pop it up again, by the way, or in the description here on RVT Entertainment's Twitch.tv channel. John, can I just say, hey, Evan, on our Gale, if you're serious about that PS4, just shoot me a message. I will send you the address.
There you go.
Just saying.
But yeah, send your comments down below or use the exclamation point recap for the link to the email or link to the comments. See, I'm doing it now. Thanks, Matty. But remember the rules. Remember the rules. Opinions only. No news or full summaries. Toku questions only. No more than 2 to 3 questions per comment. No versus questions. 1 comment per person per show. Keep your comments as brief as possible, roughly around 350 words or less. And remember, all comments are due by the start of show time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday night, which will be in 2 weeks' time. And with that, that is going to do it for us here tonight on the Ranger Recap. Let's talk about what's happening the rest of this week here on RVTV. Tomorrow night, WrestleCast Live. Join Matty Jay and special guests to talk about the wrestling news of the week.
Shin Tiger Curl, for those wondering.
Yes, join him and Shin Tiger Curl as they talk about the wrestling news of the week. And, of course, your emails and comments as well. You don't want to miss out on that tomorrow night at 10. Saturday, it's a double whammy. First at 5, it's the Helmsman with Tony Helms and the gang playing more games online with you. And then at 8, it's the Anime Mavericks podcast. Join me along with Mike Shell and Yami Anji as we check out another anime series, though he might actually do something a little bit different this Saturday, considering what's coming around the corner. We might have a bit of a discussion coming up this Saturday. We'll see how things play out. I got to tell you some discussions. Either way, we will have our show Saturday at 8. Sunday, Toku Rifts Live. Join the 3 of us and hopefully Spade Ace if you're anxious to show up. Though we might even have some other surprises in store as we watch the next episodes of Build, Lupin Ranger vs. Pato Ranger, Gavon, and Hurricaneer. Join us for all that, plus your Toku memes and more. Sunday at 7. Monday, it's the Shades Plays. Hopefully, I'm not sure what I'm doing just yet, but join me on my channel to play some more games, have some fun, just chill out and have a good time. Join me for that. Hopefully Monday at 8. Tuesday, it's Rift Down with TWK and the crew checking out the latest SmackDown and providing their randomness like they always do. So you don't want to miss out on that Tuesday at 8. Wednesday, it's the Second City. Join me and Maddie along with Lady K, Biohybrid, and Mildred the Monk as we play some more Legend of the Five Rings, tabletop RPG action. All of that and more happening Wednesday at 9. And then finally, join us next Thursday for the next edition of RV Talks, where me and the RVT crew get together, shoot the shit, and talk about whatever random bullshit comes around on our plates. So you don't miss on that. We have some great discussions. Join us for that Thursday at 9 right here on RVTV. And, of course, if you enjoyed tonight's show and you haven't already, make sure you give us a follow so you can keep up with all of our streams and more. And if you can, subscribe to get access to our exclusive Twitch emotes and our VIP Discord channels. You don't want to miss out on any of that. Anyway, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Hopefully you guys had fun. Thank you for tuning us here in RVTV. Easy, do you got some jokes for us tonight?
A couple.
Well, send us home, my brother.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the Ranger recap. Until next Thursday or the Thursday after next, I should say, because we're still doing the every other
we're still
Thursday.
on the hiatus, Strats. Yep.
We're still doing that. Anyway, until then, I'm Easy Rider reminding you that in every fat person, there's a skinny person trying to get out, but they can probably be seduced with a couple pieces of cake. Or sedated, I should say. Yeah, sedated with a couple pieces of cake. Did you guys hear the one about this guy who is terminally ill and he goes to his doctor, or preacher? I forget which one. I can't get these jokes right tonight. Anyway, he goes to whoever for some advice. It's like, I only have a few months left to live. What should I do? And the doctor says, well, I say you should get invest in a double wide trailer in Oklahoma. You should find a vintage Harley Davidson and restore it with all original pieces. You should hunt those down and restore it to pristine condition. And you should find, date, and eventually marry an ugly girl. And the man says, will that cure my terminal illness? And the doctor says, no, but it'll make whatever life or whatever time you have left on this planet seem like an eternity.
Oh.
Old lady wandering through the nursing home. She's insane. She's whacked out on medication. She's flipping her nightgown up, going super sex. She keeps going around to these old men, flipping her nightgown up, and she's wearing nothing underneath. Super sex. She goes up to this one old man, and she does it again. Super sex. He looks up, sighs, and he goes, soup, please. Took you a minute to get that one.
Whoa.
No,
Okay.
that's the problem.
Soup, please.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. That took me a minute.
Yeah, it takes you a minute to figure that one out.
Oh.
Guy meets a girl at a carnival, a carny worker. They go out, they have a good night, and they eventually she takes him back to her place for sex. Well, in the morning, he finds out in her bedroom that she has tons of these novelty toys you would win in a carnival stacked around her room. And so the next morning when he wakes up and he asks her, "How good was I last night?" She says, "Well, you can take anything from the bottom shelf."
I knew this where it was going. I knew that's where I was going. Oh.
I'm Easy Rider reminding you that the fan sub will never die. We are your Ranger Recappers. We will see you in 2 weeks. And as always, help control the Ranger population. Steal your ninjas as soon as possible. And as always, may the power protect you. We'll see you.
Special thanks to Eric Vaughn for their Patreon donations. Donate today so you can keep these streams going. Also, thanks to Easy's patrons, including Chris Lee, Chris Rolls, Michael Antignano, Stephen Harris, Galen Hanna, Alonzo Tompkins, Anthony Guidman, Matthew Goling Long, Dino, and super shout out to Eric Vaughn and Shane Thompson for their support.
Man, you don't know my sister. She may be shy on the outside, but inside she's got the heart of a warrior.
Right. That's why she's always hiding behind that camera.
You are so clueless. Here's why she's always behind the camera.
Epic Meal Time online cooking show every Tuesday.